might need to be less adventurous this evening. Armando Broja, the 22-year-old Albanian international. He's been at Chelsea since the age of 8. He's only just come back from a lengthy absence due to a knee injury that ruled him out until last November. And Cole Palmer, he's the man of the moment in these parts at the moment. 8 goals this season, and 4 of those have come in his last 5 Premier League games. Will Keane, who will lead the line this evening for Preston North End, turns 31 next Thursday, and Preston need him to work ever so hard up top to occupy the Chelsea back line. Our referee today, Thomas Bramall. 14 games in all competitions, just the 1 red card and 2 penalties so far this campaign. And Preston in the change strip of all red get us underway. The Championship team hoping to cause one of these shocks on FA Cup 3rd round day. What do they need to do from the off, Michael, to give them the platform to pull off that kind of surprise?
And I think as well, you've got to take your chances wherever they come your way. You've got to be brave to get up the pitch. They'll want to press high wherever possible, but then at the point you have to retreat. Middle area like this type of zone now, realise that not too much to chase, fill the holes, fill the gaps, wait, try and delay. I think that's the key. Everybody's going to have the distances correct and be really brave in possession at times. That'll be the key. That'll be what Ryan Lowe is trying to instill. You know he's confident, you know that's the type of manager he is, but that's going to be tough.
Already looks as though the back 4 for Chelsea is slightly different to what we were told prior to kick-off, with young Gilchrist playing on the right back role and Gusto coming on this near side, and that means that Disasi and Colwell are in the middle. But it will be a situation that might alter as the evening progresses, but Gusto has impressed since his return to Chelsea after his injury as a right back, but he'll be just as comfortable on this near side. Chelsea will dominate possession. Preston will look to plug those gaps and every now and again burst forward with real enthusiasm. And here comes Story. And Colwell in the right position to mop that up and win the throw.
Good forward pass, wherever you can. Let's just try and break those lines, stretch Chelsea from a Preston point of view. It's just about settling in, getting a touch when you're playing such a giant in Chelsea. What the Preston have to lose, and your comments beforehand, and they're not on a great run, especially away from home, are struggling, and this is a game they've got to give everything. They'll be delighted when they've seen this draw.
Here's Gusto. Caicedo. Mudryk turns straight into trouble. Chelsea's form has picked up in recent weeks, unbeaten in their last 6 here. They haven't lost here since October. And overall, coming into this game on the back of 2 recent victories, away at Luton and here against Crystal Palace. Not so long ago, they found themselves closer to the relegation zone than the top 4. Now they've moved healthily away from the bottom 3, although I don't think that was ever a major issue for them. But of course, a club the size of Chelsea, it should really be about challenging for the title, let alone just sneaking into a top 4 place and earning Champions League football next term. But it is a rebuilding phase as Enzo Fernandez, he's just caught there by Keane. Chelsea's free kick.
Getting good positions, just coming inside, and see Fernandez just driving into the middle. You know, this is the 2 that we've been wanting to see from a Chelsea point of view. Those 2 holding midfield, they're blessed in those positions. See Lavia, Conor Gallagher. Sterling started really well, covered him recently against Wolves, and then they fell away and lost the game. They've got to be more clinical.
Here's Gusto. Fernandez advanced. Back for Mudryk, who just overstretched slightly. And Preston look to lead some kind of counter-attack coming forward. Here's Potts. Won't quite have the legs to reach its intended target. Miller, far side. Back with Chelsea, back with Caicedo, and now Fernandez. Gilchrist. Come on as a sub in the last 2 Premier League games. Alfie Gilchrist, this is his first start in Chelsea blue.
And a one to watch as well. Really looking forward to see how he gets on this evening. He looks confident on the ball, he wants to progress. He had a lot of noise about him, and this is a big chance, and it looks like he's got that aura to go and take it on.
Caicedo into space for Gilchrist, nudge further for Sterling, running against Miller, and it was a tidy retrieving tackle by McCann. Sterling looks in vain for some kind of shout from the referee, but Preston bring it away with Brown.
I think it's a coming together, good doubling up. I think more Raheem Sterling just literally gets caught up in McCann's legs rather than anywhere else, but again now they just draw a foul from a Preston point of view. Just wait, delay, have a little look, and they'll be quite pleased that they're getting a couple of touches.
Ryan Lowe was saying in his press conference yesterday that he wanted his players to relish this occasion, not be fearful at all. And the longer it stays 0-0, the more their confidence will grow, the more they will begin to believe that they might be able to pull it off. Woodman beyond halfway towards Potts, collected by Fernandez. And here's Disasi. It's a very young Chelsea side. Disasi, aged just 25, is the second eldest. Sterling is the old boy of the team at just 29. 7 of the team aged 22 or under, including this fella, Fernandez. Here is the pensioner, Sterling, bursting away from Miller. Helped away by Hughes.
Sterling's just having a look, isn't he? Saying, can I push it in behind? Can I get a little bit of space if you're going to come tight? Good position from Hughes, but I think it's really important, Chelsea moving this around. And yes, they've got ability, they've got real talent, but have they got the know-how to win games quicker? Because sometimes they're just a little bit slower, their build-up.
Preston's form, by the way, they've lost 4 of their last 5 games, including the last 2 back-to-back defeats to Sunderland and Sheffield Wednesday. Didn't score in either of those games either. Sassy for Gusto. Now Sterling. Seen quite a bit of the ball in the opening exchanges, the England man. Palmer. Cross goes Whiteman for Preston. Lindsay. Miller. Now can Mudryk just steal that for Chelsea? Not quite. Here's Potts. Story. Preston's 9th consecutive season in the Championship. And over that period, they've only managed 2 top 10 finishers. Usually finish just below halfway. Here's Sterling for Chelsea. Fernandez on for Gusto. Good challenge by Potts. Here's Brown. Potts just felt that. Might need a bit of treatment.
And he's looking uncomfortable, but he really does well. He sticks to the challenge, just gets his foot. It just jars his knee slightly. But it's a great recovery. I asked a few questions about Potts, what he could bring today, and what they said is defensively, that power, running back under pressure. And he does very, very well. And you've got Gusto, Mudryk, you're going to have to be able to do it, because you know at some point it's going to open up and there's going to be that 1v1 in the wide areas, and let's hope he's okay.
Very important cog in this Preston machine, Brad Potts. Virtual ever present this season. They missed 1 of their 26 games in all competitions. That's his pass, swinging it across far side, inviting Miller to carry it forward. Miller against Gilchrist, the first real test here for the young defender. Whiteman. Now Story. Lifted in by Hughes. Gusto aware of the arrival of Potts, and just his mere presence forces the Frenchman to head it into touch. "11 gone, 0-0 at Stamford Bridge, and first chance perhaps for Preston to test Petrovic in the Chelsea goal. Potts was a bit too eager. And the foul on Caicedo brings relief for Chelsea.
Yeah, I think he knew the challenge was coming, and realised he just gets his body in the line of it. There's not loads of contact, is there? As he just falls down. We'll see how he gets on now. We'll see him a regular run in the team and start performance, start controlling the midfield areas and cup competitions and Premier League, etc. He's been brought to do, wonderful talent, but now it's important that he stamps his authority across the game.
This is a competition that Chelsea have such a good record in, particularly in recent seasons. Regular finalists, 8 times winners, most recently in 2018 when Antonio Conte was in charge. Penalty from Eden Hazard, sufficient to beat Manchester United in that final. Gusto for Fernandez. Mudryk, here's Gusto again. Mudryk has continued his run. Oh, lovely backheel, chance for Gusto to whip it in. Not many blue-shirted players in the box, but Preston have messed up the clearance. Palmer finds Sterling. And Sterling still battling, but good defending from Miller. And then he's fouled by Sterling. Preston fans behind that goal enjoyed that bit of play from the Canadian.
Very good play. I think if you're ever going to know what Raheem Sterling's going to do, he's had a look, hasn't he, in the remet and said, can we take Liam Miller right down that outside? And good reaction. So that chop just comes in from Sterling. He changed direction so quickly. Super defending. And that's for having that back three behind you. Just allows the centre-back to cover over. Midfield players as well, working hard to double up.
Nice take by Keane. Colwell with the defending. Gusto picking out Broja. And here's Gilchrist. Keeping it simple, on to Sterling. Fernandez.
Build-up's there, but you know, it is quite patient. I'm delighted if I'm the side going away thinking, okay, no intensity, I can get a rest, I can wait. It's when they're coming at you so quickly, and I think Chelsea can afford to do that a little bit quicker. That's, you know, I'm sat in the middle of the pitch thinking I'm okay.
They're pretty comfortable so far from a Preston perspective. Chelsea haven't really hurt them. Given away by Disassi. Here's Miller. Story. It's the kind of possession statistics that we expect today. Chelsea dominant, but yet to test Woodman in the Preston goal. Ryan Lowe will have stressed to his players, it's about concentration, keep your shape, keep your discipline. Here's Brown. Whiteman. Story. Good movement off the ball by Potts. Now the ball can go into the middle. Missed by Colwell. Fernandez should be able to clear from there. Potts was closing him down swiftly. Caicedo didn't look quite ready to receive that pass. And now closed down by Potts.
Asking for a bit of a shirt pull, but he was stuck in the corner. Preston getting good numbers across, but the delivery just a touch better. Preston being a bit braver in those positions. That's the chances we talked about. What do they need to do when they get into those positions? That's going to be an opportunity you've got to take.
Gusto unable to keep the ball in play, and a chance here for Preston with a set piece. Brad Potts, the ball in his hands, goes short. Story. With each passing minute, Michael, Preston's confidence will be increasing, but that's loose. And in swiftly was Gilchrist. Sterling. Gilchrist has carried on his run. Here is the youngster. Not a bad cutback. Sterling with a shot. Deflection took a bit of the pace off it and safely gathered by Woodman. Story. Again looking for Miller. Potts getting the better of Gusto. The shot from Keane lacked real conviction, but it's on target. Petrovic had to keep it out. And a good link up between Keane and Osmajic here, Michael.
Yeah, great diagonal pass. See Potts coming off the line, that little flick, that's what I expected. The composure from Keane, and he gets into the position. Osmajic just pulling off. Just wait, delay, let's have a little look. It's a big, big chance, and the half volley expected better contact.
Keane has come into this game on the back of some good form. He scored twice in his last 3 games. 6 for the season for the Irish international. Really find the power that was needed there. Here's Palmer, lovely footwork. Sterling. Fernandez. By the way, this is the 4th time these clubs have met in the FA Cup. Chelsea have won the previous 3. As Cole carries forward. Broya. Mudryk. On to Sterling. Back with Palmer. It's all a bit congested around that penalty area. And Brown looks to bring it away for Preston, but there was a strong challenge from Fernandez. And the shot from Sterling needed saving by Woodman. That was arrowing into the top corner.
Yeah, good numbers. Cole Palmer, that forward pass, it looked like we're going to get out of it, but Chelsea did well to put the pressure on. Sterling, good effort, comfortable save.
First corner. With nearly 20 gone as Cole Palmer whips it in, headed away by Keane at the near post. Last time the sides bet in the Cup, by the way, was 2010. Chelsea won 2-0 in round 4 at Deepdale and went on to win the competition, beating Portsmouth in the final.
Don't I know it? Thanks for that reminder there. Thank you, Martin.
Here's Breuer. Back goes Lindsay.
I've not recovered from that, to be honest, but you know, one of those teams who just keep performing in this wonderful competition that we all love so much, and these are the days, aren't they, for the lesser clubs going to play against the big boys. It's great days.
Chelsea were a machine back then, weren't they, Michael? They were winning trophy after trophy.
They were. It was always going to be tough. I think at half-time I thought it was a chance, but we missed a penalty. Thiago Silva was the one on target.
Here's Fernandez, lovely ball, Palmer's got in there, and Palmer! Oh, so close to opening the scoring, Cole Palmer. And Woodman came to meet him, and Palmer tried to bamboozle him with a bit of fancy footwork.
Yeah, just watch the run off the line, the timing of it, wonderful pass, that touch, the audacity to wait as a player in form, in that position to be able to do that. Just that little dink over Woodman. It would have been an unbelievable finish as it just drifts wide, and from the Preston point of view, delighted it did.
You'll know Cole Palmer very well from watching Manchester City so much, Michael. Have you been slightly surprised at the impact he's made early on at Chelsea?
Not one bit. I think the talent was there. It was obviously a difficult situation. He left City, and I watched him for so many years, and he just couldn't get the games he wanted. He wanted to go and play as much as he can. The talent was there. Pep Guardiola would tell you that, all the players would, and it's great to see him doing well, because as a young player, that's the type of temperament, ability, things he can do, outstanding.
Chelsea's leading scorer this season with 8 goals. 4 of those have been from the penalty spot, but the recent ones have all come in open play. He was involved in the FA Cup final last season, of course, with Manchester City, but didn't get off the bench in the Manchester derby against United. Just so difficult to break through there, isn't it, and find yourself a regular starter.
It's the play. You know, he wanted to play all the time. Obviously, for whatever reason, the club felt it was the right deal for him, right deal for the football club. But he's a wonderful talent. But how do you get in? How do you play every single week? And Phil Foden, we've watched, had to wait for that opportunity. A special player, though. Brilliant young guy as well, who wants to get better and better. I think it's a big move. I think I'm mature from doing it.
Ryan Lowe will be more than satisfied with this position that his team find themselves in midway through the first half, still at 0-0. Woodman hasn't been troubled too often in the Preston goal. Game plan working pretty well so far, and here Brown flicks it on to Keane. Keane trying to get himself into a shooting position, crowded out by Chelsea players, and Gusto looks to scurry away for Chelsea. Just clipped by Potts as he released that. There's Fernandez. Just too strong for Sterling.
they're looking, aren't they? Chelsea, wherever possible, to turn Preston round, but as Preston had the momentum on the edge of the area, Keane just doing it a little bit better, was releasing it at the right time on the edge of that box, and that's the one where you're really vulnerable to get countered. That's what they did.
Majic wins the free kick.
Really seen too much of him. He needs to just get involved a touch more. Majic. Can he get in behind those runs? Obviously great work rate, but it's got to affect the game wherever possible.
Hughes. Miller. Turned into trouble. Back with Gilchrist. Gusto. Chelsea's success rate in round 3 is quite incredible. They went out last year at this stage away to Manchester City, but that was the first time they'd gone out in round 3 since 1998.
That's not a bad record, is it, to be honest? But you can see why they did. Up against City, it was actually at the game. But this is a game. This is where they're at. They won't want to lose this. The pressure will increase.
Just the 3 attempts from Chelsea so far.
Is that a worry? Is that a concern? Because for me, you know exactly, I'm looking at the away team, Brian Lowe, and I'm saying, thank you very much. You keep moving that ball around, take the pressure off my players, because when the ball's fizzing in the goal, opportunities, shots, nervous tension. And
here's Osmajic. Keane is with him. Osmajic goes for goal himself. Safely gathered by Petrovic, but Osmajic fancied his chances there, the Montenegrin international.
This is the first one we've had. It's just in behind, classic, isn't it? Just that flick. And in this position, very, very tight area. Could he have just waited? Could he have had a look? So we've seen Keane do that. Now Osmajic, but take another one, take it forward, see what opens up. That tells you, doesn't it? You know, they're still anxious, they're still not relaxed into the game properly.
We keep mentioning, by the way, that Milutin Osmajic is Preston's club record signing, but that fee was only just over £2 million. Compare that to some of the fees that Chelsea have spent on around about 20 players over the last 18 months or so.
And I can tell you how hard Ryan Lowe, you know, did to get that over the line, but it's indifferent in gulfs.
Palmer has got Sterling in behind Miller, and Fernandez with a header. And it's safely gathered by Woodman. No power in that header at all from the Argentine. Good chance this in the end.
Yeah, good work. I think it's one thing Preston have to look at. They're just getting spun with no pressure on the ball. Ricochets up. Wants to do better, but you can understand really that just tries to push it down to the corner, to head it down into the ground, but as you said, no power.
1 or 2 chances beginning to come at either end. As Fernandez is held back, and Chelsea win the free kick. Disasi for Gilchrist, for Palmer. Lovely early ball from Fernandez. Gilchrist, Sterling to his right. Now Palmer. Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez. Here's Breuer, brought it down beautifully on the chest. Preston get bodies in the way, and Miller can carry it away, but not as far as halfway. Although he's beyond the halfway line now, but in his eagerness runs the ball out of play. Canadian international on a season loan from Basel. Actually has played for Liverpool in this competition, Liam Miller, back in 2020, at Shrewsbury when he was on the books at Anfield before moving to Swiss football.
Amazing the route in different ways on your journey to be a young footballer you have to make, or you choose to make, try and get to the very top. And it's been one of those games that I'm delighted to be involved. This is the one you're trying to do everything. You've got real good attacking players up against you, can get you the moves.
Modric trying to shake off Whiteman, who stuck to his task admirably. Was Mike trying to leave Colwell for dead, and he might have done. Can he find Keane? Not quite. Disassi in the way. Whistler's gone. Preston's free kick.
It's an interesting breakaway. There's a bit of physicality. He just lets it go, and it's just that little charge there. And then just a slow pass, gets caught, but I think it's not really a vicious foul, is it? You know, asking the question for the foul, but the pass has to be a little bit better.
Osmajic down, but not out. And Preston with this set piece. They'll have been working on these all week in readiness for this kind of situation. Can they get it right?
Really high line, everybody bunched together from Chelsea. You've got to go a touch wider, change the angle.
It's Whiteman who sends it forward. Helped on, and Chelsea can get it away. Up and under from Gusto. Off Miller and out for the throw.
Be disappointed with that. They have been working on it. Poor execution, far too wide. Could have put Chelsea under pressure there.
Gusto. Almost got through. He can. Into Keane. Oh, brilliant play. Oh, what a lovely ball that is as well, if Miller can get to it ahead of Gilchrist, and he can. It's Miller for Preston. Gilchrist with the block. Fernandez first for the loose ball. But Preston pressing high now, trying to stop Chelsea getting out of their own half. Breuer. Four around him. Whiteman brings it away. Here's Miller. There's Majic in the middle. Keane is in there too. Miller held up. Patient from Preston. Back with Story. Now with Potts. Potts again. Brown. Composure from Gilchrist. Chelsea on the move with Caicedo. Sterling. Sterling beats the offside trap. Looking for Breuer, headed away by Lindsay. Now Miller, he's overrun that. And McCann away.
Build-up is still a touch slow from Chelsea. And moving it around, like I say, attractive, looks quite nice, but it's not cutting, it's not quick enough. They need to up the tempo, greater speed if they want to take advantage against Preston off end, but they're not doing it.
Fox is keeping Mudryk very quiet on this Chelsea left-hand side. And these Chelsea fans getting a little bit concerned about what they're seeing here. I'm sure one or two of them were here when Chelsea lost memorably to Bradford back in January 2015. Bradford were also a League One side back then. They were 2 down at one stage before winning handsomely 4-2. Here's Breuer for Chelsea, muscled out of it initially, fought hard to regain it, and then lost it again, and Miller has it for Preston. Whiteman. Forward towards Osmajic. Good work again from Gilchrist, but it will be a Preston throw. You have to say, Michael, from what we've seen, Ryan Lowe has got his team set up just right.
He has, and the defenders are going 1v1. So we're seeing Hughes, Lindsay, Story saying, OK, Breuer, we're going to come tight, we're going to be aggressive, we're going to keep pressing. He's not really shifting around as well, so he's letting them build up. Preston get going. Chelsea sitting back. I think they can be much higher.
Turned behind by Gilchrist, and Preston have their first corner.
I think this is where you meant now something they really would have worked on in particular. They see this as a key moment. What can they do? What can they produce? Delivery's got to be key. Chelsea have blockers. Will they mark? Will they stay zonal? Wrapping around the goalkeeper tells you something.
Ben Whiteman with this corner kick. Lindsay and Hughes up from the back. Preston have 3 in the 6-yard box. Coming as far as Miller. Fighting Potts to cross. Good block by Colwell. As Keane tried to steer it goalwards. Miscue clearance by Mudryk, and the second attempt not much better, and Preston can keep this pressure on maybe. Kept in by Story. Hughes, the noise coming from the other end of the ground where the Preston fans are congregated. King got his feet in a bit of a tangle, and Sterling can't get away from his man, robbed by McCann. It's Miller. Followed into the corner flag by Gilchrist and Sterling. But Keane has got it back and gave it away to Palmer. And this is where Chelsea perhaps can break. Casadio has to move it quickly. It's Colwell. And it's long, and perhaps too long for Mudryk. And it's all a bit aimless and disappointing from a Chelsea point of view.
To say it was Preston's best spell. Some great moves, set pieces, tried to put crosses in, and Chelsea rushed it. Good work from Cole Palmer on the line. Poor ball from Mudryk just to get away into those corner areas.
Sassy. Palmer. Sterling. Palmer. Teasing as they just creep into the Preston penalty area. Palmer twists away from McCann, blocked by Miller. Cleared towards Osmaich.
You've got to get tighter, and you've got Cole Palmer, Raheem Sterling around the edge of that area. They will punish you. You can't touch him. Such quick feet in those positions. He's done well, hasn't he, Miller? But he's just run it out a couple of times. But what he's doing, he's trying to get up the pitch. He's trying to gain a little bit of momentum. Interested, arms crossed, thinking again. How does he get the breakthrough?
There's no doubt he'll be the happier manager after 40 minutes of this game. Chelsea huffing and puffing and not doing too much of that either, really. It's been very pedestrian all too often from Chelsea. They're really struggling to break through Preston. Preston every now and again just get a glimmer of opportunity themselves. And you can just sense around the stadium that Chelsea fans getting increasingly concerned. Preston fans getting increasingly optimistic. But here's Mudryk, carry it very far. Fernandez for Disasi. Back with Sterling. Taking on Miller.
Again, wants to decide to go to the line. Squares up. It's a big push. He knows he's got to go. Just couldn't wrap his foot around it, under pressure. But this is the stage now from a Preston outlook. You're on the middle of the field and you're wondering, it's almost half-time. That's all we need. If we can get in 0-0, it's making sure you don't switch off, you don't have any lapse in concentration, think you've done it. You're going to go and get that breather, that drink. Key moment of the game for me.
Little flick on there from Potts. Back from Gusto to Petrovic. Talking earlier about how successful Chelsea have been in navigating round 3. Well, it's very much the opposite for Preston North End. They've gone out at this stage in 4 of the last 5 seasons. Last year was the exception when they squeezed past Huddersfield at Deepdale. Didn't go that much further, losing to Spurs in round 4. Couldn't reach round 5 of the Cup, Preston, since 2015. Shouldn't be a lot of additional time either, because we don't really have any stoppages. As McCann feeds it out for Miller, who's seen a lot of the ball in this first half for Preston. Can the Canadian create some menace here? Supported by Hughes with a chance to cross. Doesn't beat the first man, it's away by Gilchrist. Now Miller again. Lindsay. Story. Potts for Whiteman. Clumsy from Gusto. And the free kick conceded in what might become dangerous position.
Good area, just waiting for the contact, but wasn't a great deal. They're just going to have a little look at it. What type of delivery? He's going to take it. What a big chance if they can put it in a good position, right in between that defence and goalkeeper. Everybody attack it.
Needs to get the delivery just right, Ben Whiteman. So it's Whiteman who curls it in, easily steered away by Sterling. But maybe Preston can come again. Whiteman has a chance to deliver better quality. An opportunity not grasped. It's Petrovic who instead grasped the ball as we enter the last few seconds of the first half. Fourth official, Keith Stroud, will be holding up the board soon. Just an extra 60 seconds to come. Palmer. Shake off McCann. Fernandez. Caicedo. Here's Gusto. These few seconds of the first period. Can Chelsea engineer an opening goal? Can Preston hold firm? Caicedo. Palmer. Lifts it in, and out comes Woodman with Fernandez trying to get on the end of that from Palmer. And that kind of sums up the first half, really. Chelsea have had plenty of the ball, but haven't done anywhere near enough with it. Preston have defended well, have got up the pitch on occasions as well to offer a chance of breaking the deadlock themselves. And at half-time here at Stamford Bridge, Premier League Chelsea 0, Preston at the Championship 0. Welcome back to Stamford Bridge. The players back out on the pitch, ready for the second half of this Emirates FA Cup third round tie. Preston more than holding their own, 0-0 at the break, but a couple of opportunities themselves, and they've kept Chelsea at arm's length. Freddie Woodman has only really had one, maybe two saves to make in that first 45. Preston would be happy with a draw, delighted if they can get a win. Chelsea have to find a goal from somewhere. No changes to either side at the break, as Boyer gets Chelsea back underway. I've almost forgotten that Boyer is starting for Chelsea today. No Nicholas Jackson, of course. He's linked up with the Senegalese squad ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations. Christopher Nkunku is amongst the Chelsea subs this evening. French international who's had to wait so long for an opportunity after that knee operation, required just days after signing for the club, just days before the season got underway. But Pochettino saying yesterday that he wasn't quite fit enough to start today. He's got a bit of an issue this week, but if things stay as they are, the Frenchman will be on sooner rather than later. Here's another Frenchman, Disasi for Palmer. Palmer picking out Fernandez on towards Breuer. And it runs safely through for Woodman. What have you made of Breuer's first half performance, Michael?
Well, I think we talked about it before the game, just wondering what type of performance he would bring, how he had to take the opportunity, had to get some shots away, maybe score a couple of goals, and you are playing a team from the Championship, and I'm looking for work rate, I'm looking for link-up play. A couple of times he's come short, tried to get his body in, but he's lost it on a couple of occasions. But he's got to do a little bit better. He's got to enforce himself on the game, affect it somehow.
Gusto on that left-hand side today, with Gilchrist in the team at right back, lifted forward towards Palmer. I think he felt he might have been in an offside position, so like he was trying to duck out of that.
Yeah, that run's really good. He times it when there's no pressure on the ball. To be really careful when he's doing those sort of things. There's been one let off already for Preston.
Ryan Lowe got off to a great start this season with Preston. They were right at the top of the pile as the season got underway, but drifted somewhat since, now below halfway. But just 5 points outside of the playoff picture. It is so tight, as always in the Championship. Potts got in there first, cleared by Disasi. Here comes Brown though for Preston. Tried to feed off the pass back to him from Keane, but couldn't do so. Chelsea can't clear their lines, and Preston can come again. Now, of course, kicking towards their own supporters. Whiteman, Keane, back for Lindsay. And Lindsay looking left for Miller. He was the standout performer for Preston in the first half, and he's taking on Gilchrist here. Cross comes Disasi, slips as he tried to clear. Out as far as Hughes. Now square for Brown. Brown goes for the curler. He's got a bit too much elevation on that. Scored a lot of goals this season. Another 4 in the bank for Alan Brown. He was on target in the win against Leeds United on Boxing Day.
Yeah, looking to press, looking to get in some into some advanced positions. He tries to just get that shot. Tries to use the curler, but just couldn't be accurate.
Mudryk wins the free kick. Cut out by Potts. Mudryk. And here's Palmer. Sterling. Palmer.
Again, that build-up, isn't it? It's there, it's around you. You've got the territory, lots of touches of the ball. We've seen the graphics at half-time, etc. But who's going to make the difference? Who's going to create an opportunity? Who's going to set it alight for Chelsea? And that's got to be in the remit very quickly.
Fernandez. Disasi. Now Sterling. Not much joy against Miller. And he's stopped once more. Back for Gilchrist. Caicedo. Broya. Sassy. This is Gilchrist. Cleared as far as Caicedo. Mudryk. Gusto to his left. Mudryk. In the way was Story.
Really good shape, isn't it, so far, Preston? numbers back, bodies in good positions. It will be tough to keep it up, we know that, as Chelsea keep coming.
Caicedo, the Sassy. Sterling trying to turn away from Hughes. Might have succeeded here, Raheem Sterling to the byline. McCann stuck with him. It would just be the corner.
Yeah, brilliant from Sterling. Got all sorts of pressure. They don't give it up. Recovery runs are good. McCann as well.
Sassy with the blast over the bar. Pressure from Potts, unable to keep it down.
Yeah, but taking it quick, finally, a bit more pace to it. It was on, good position from Sterling. Sassy has got to do better. He's got to hit the target from there.
Now scored for Chelsea, Axel Disasi, but it was on his debut way back in August against Liverpool. Conor Gallagher amongst the Chelsea subs today. Hasn't missed many games this season. Ever present in the Premier League, starting 19 of their 20 games. That's Mudryk, Palmer's touch, Caicedo down for Sterling. Mudryk clipped, Chelsea's free kick. Fernandez, Mudryk, he'll spin through for Sterling. Now Mudryk, terrific defending from Preston. Whiteman, I think it was, who got a foot in there. And Potts was involved as well, but just looks as though it might open up here for Chelsea.
Yeah, lots of bodies around, whether there's any contact. They're asking, weren't they? Whiteman had to done that, but the referee decide play on. They can't get out at the moment, Preston.
Winning the free kick. Colwell claiming that it was 50-50.
It's almost like slow motion, it's like the game had stopped. Both of them just delaying, waiting, shirts all around being pulled, and over the attacker. Doesn't look to be in the best of shapes. And his knees just being jarred.
Osmaic might need a bit of treatment here. Right knee does appear to be the problem. Opportunity for Ryan Lowe to get in the ear of one or two of his players.
You can hear him from wherever he is. He's not the quietest. If ever doesn't know him, good character. Loves his football. He's being out there, obviously challenging himself against the best.
Osmaic now off the pitch, having had treatment. Have to wait 30 seconds or so before he's invited back on. Preston will miss his presence as they prepare to take the resultant free kick. Forward by Story, away by Colwell. Now Mudryk on for Fernandez. It's a bit quicker now from Chelsea, and it's needed to be. Palmer. Cannon's got back swiftly for Preston. Hughes to clear. Caicedo, the £100 million man, to Fernandez, who cost a similar sum. Gusto. Now Mudryk. Oh, Caicedo goes down. Mudryk tries to reclaim it for Chelsea. Back for Gusto. Looking for Breuer. And Chelsea take the lead. wonderful header by Armando Broja, picked out by Gusto, and Chelsea are in front. Preston's brave resilience is broken. Chelsea have the platform, and Broja has his goal.
Delivery was excellent. There's a little bit of uncertainty in the build-up, committing bodies, and that was the point. But you see Broja just drift away. Delivery is good, just uses the pace of it. She's different to others, just guides it. Goalkeeper diving right across, and with that touch, absolutely no chance. Wonderful goal.
Oh, it's a wonderful moment for Broja. Most of last season ruled out with that knee injury, tentatively being reintroduced by Mauricio Pochettino. It's his second goal of the season and his first since October. And it breaks the deadlock here, and now Preston will have to be a little bit more adventurous as they go searching an equaliser. It gives Chelsea the opportunity to go on and increase their advantage. As Preston caught offside.
And I think they should do that sooner rather than later, not just wait around. Oh, again, press on. It's created uncertainty all around for Preston.
Gusto, who set up the goal, on for Mudryk. And a twist away from Potts. 3 in blue in the middle, Broja in there again! And this time it's off the top of the bar and behind. So close to doubling Chelsea's advantage, so close to his second of the afternoon, but it stays 1-0.
Yeah, good positions. That's what they haven't done. They've got to stick the crosses right into the central area, but goalkeeper not judging that flight, nearly gets caught out. Another glancing header.
Mudryk the provider this time, and Broja close to 2 in the space of a couple of minutes. A couple of changes for Chelsea by the looks of things, and an impressive first start in Chelsea blue for Alvin Gilchrist. And Thiago Silva, who's very nearly double the age of the man he's replacing, comes on. And that will mean a slight reshuffle of the back four. And Akalo Mudryk also being withdrawn for the arrival of Noni Madueke.
I think interesting performance from Mudryk. I was expecting so much more. Felt like he'd get a lot of areas to run into and be able to show that pace and desire to get in positions. We haven't really witnessed it too much. There's more minutes again for that exciting youngster, Alfie Gilchrist, and just keeps getting better and better. I'm sure the more minutes he gets, he will improve, but some good substitutions to be able to make at this stage for Chelsea.
So just the reshuffle of the back four then. Gusto, who has been playing left back, is now in his more favoured right back position. Thiago Silva alongside Disasi in the middle, and Colwill from centre back to left back, again where he has been operating for much of the season. What's going through Ryan Lowe's mind now, Michael?
I don't think he's too concerned. I think as long as the scoreline is at that, I think it's stick to game plan, wait till 75 minutes or so, and then we'll say, OK, we will be more progressive. I can use my bench and try and just get some more balls in, try and get him behind. Our build-up's been OK. Yeah, it needs to be a little bit sharper, a little bit better when passes in front of people to run onto. It's been a touch safe, but they've certainly done well enough to limit this very talented side. But he's calling for experience. And Ched Evans.
Brown. Sado was in strongly. Breuer carries it forward. Two options to his right. Delayed the pass. He's found Fernandez. Now on for Sterling. Chelsea looking for a killer second goal here. Sterling's run, surrounded by red jerseys. Preston get it away, and the over-eagerness of Breuer concedes the free kick.
Sterling, wonderful pace as he just drifts into the area. As you can see, everybody around him just flicks up. Breuer, just a little nudge, asking it's not a foul. He hasn't really had much contact, has he, Breuer? But this is a double substitution. Ryan Lowe's trying to affect it.
Two front men both being withdrawn. Osmaic and Keane. And two fresh leg forwards coming on. Emil Rees-Jacobsen and the former Welsh international Ched Evans. Sado and Wicket. Preston look a little stretch for the first time. And Wicket, lovely feet and a great recovery from Whiteman.
Oh, brilliant. Joy to watch. And Whiteman looked like he'd been sat down. He's sort of falling down in instalments. Just managed to recover. Good touch because it opened up. The space is going to get better and better now for Chelsea.
Palmer with the corner kick for Chelsea. Second goal might be sufficient for Chelsea to book their passage to round 4. And the second goal is there. It was Thiago Silva attacking it at the near post. He's only been on the pitch for 5 minutes. Quite possibly his first touch, and it's a deadly one. Chelsea double their advantage, and it's a long, long way back now for Preston North End.
That's the one, isn't it? When you make those substitutions, who's marking who, you're very aware of it at the start of the game, but that experience, he understands what areas to run into, he times it well. Seen it so many times. Thiago Silva just uses that pace, guides it. Goalkeeper is so close to him, always going to be difficult as he pushes it into the roof of the net. Defenders miles away from him.
Still doing the business at 39, Thiago Silva, his second of the campaign. It's a cameo role for him today, but his first involvement is hugely significant. Actually played in 2 finals for Chelsea, but finished up on the losing side on both occasions. Now we're just checking this, VAR getting involved. There was no great complaints from any of the Preston players. Not surprisingly, VAR didn't see enough in that to chalk off the goal. 2-0 Chelsea.
Now they're up against it now. Will they just go for it? Will they wait a bit longer? Talked about 75 minutes, but
given away cheaply, and it's Palmer. Was he fouled by Whiteman? He was. It's a yellow card for the Preston midfielder. 1 or 2 tired legs out there amongst the Championship players. Gave the ball away cheaply, and Whiteman in trying to recover from that error by Lindsay. Commits the foul on Palmer. No complaints on receiving the yellow.
Such a key area as well. Very, very dangerous. You see the confidence have dropped. Chelsea on a high, and what a position. It's one of those now, the goalkeeper, which way is he going to go?
Thiago Silva just making sure that Armando Broja gets involved in a two-man Chelsea wall in front of the Preston wall. It's Sterling to have a crack. And it's Sterling who makes it 3. All about precision there from Raheem Sterling. And in the space of 10 second-half minutes, Chelsea have blown Preston to one side. Broja, Thiago Silva, and now Raheem Sterling. It's 3-0 Chelsea, and to think at half-time some of these Chelsea fans were a little concerned that Preston might cause a shock. There won't be a shock now.
We've got that block in front of the goalkeeper. It's a wonderful technique, he hits it straight. The players call it that wobbler with that side foot. Just blocking the line of the goalkeeper. Straight over the wall. Wonderful technique. Goalkeeper nowhere near it. Very disappointing from Preston's point of view, but you lose the ball in key areas against good players, you're going to be punished.
All very relaxed now on the Chelsea bench. They can look forward to the draw for round 4 with some confidence. Raheem Sterling's 7th of the season ends a goal drought that has lasted 6 games. His first strike since November. Still 20 minutes to go, but the job is done now. It's all about how many goals Chelsea finish up with really now. It's all gone wrong for Preston since that half-time whistle.
They look really deflated, don't they? They've worked so hard, to be fair to them. Recovery runs, being organised, but again, look at set pieces, deliveries, and you're not tight. The quality of the balls with better players, and just catch up on you.
Here's Sterling. And now Broja going round the goalkeeper. Brilliant clearance off the line by Hughes. Madueke, Gusto. There's a real hunger about Chelsea now. Palmer on the turn. Fernandez. Sterling. He's going for goal. Deflection! Well, I think most in the stadium, and certainly Freddie Woodman, thought that was going in. Into the side netting. But a corner.
Sterling heavily involved. Would have been cruel, wouldn't it? But just seeing this chance back. Wondle in front of the goalkeeper, that sort of late chop. But Hughes doesn't give up. Right to the line, and he hurts himself against the post, and a good clearance.
And right now, Chelsea look like scoring every time they attack the Preston goal. Fernandez with this corner. Where's that dropping? Well, it's cleared by McCann, off Broja and behind for the goal kick. It's amazing what a goal does for a striker's confidence, Michael.
Yeah, very, very much so. This ricochet's almost going in off him on the back post, but the flicks are there. And they're really struggling. Preston all over the place. No wonder he's in deep discussion. Ryan Lowe just trying to stem the attack, delay it. But clinical at this moment in time from Chelsea every time they're going forward.
Brown's reclaimed it. This is Potts. Preston fans able to celebrate a corner. The inevitable FA cup made out of tin foil. Whiteman with this corner kick. Preston haven't scored in either of their last 2 games. It's been a nice moment, though, if they were to get one back in front of their own supporters here, with the time ticking by and a possible place in round 4 well and truly off the cards now. Change here for Preston, and it's 18-year-old Kean Best coming on for Andrew Hughes, who picked up that knock with his goal line clearance. And it looks as though
what an opportunity.
He's going to go across straight away to take the
What
corner.
an opportunity for him. These are the special moments. Youngsters, local boy, never 18 years of age. You don't forget this. Here you go and play at Chelsea, whatever the score is, he'll remember it.
Best goes low, and it skims right across that 6-yard box. It's still alive, pops back in, legs being swung, and the most decisive contact was made by Disasi. Out as far as Evans. That's a bad return ball. Appeals for a possible penalty, certainly from the Preston fans behind that goal, but Rhys Jacobson knows that there was nothing in it.
He's just looking for anything. Never going to get that. You've just got to stay on your feet. There'll be a few question marks asked if there's any contact, and I think, if we're being honest, I'd say he's dived.
Miller. Wake got in for Chelsea. It will be a Chelsea throw. Chelsea ready to make another couple of changes here. Conor Gallagher, very familiar face, but this is David, who's going to come on for Armando Broja, who broke the deadlock with that lovely header. Very nearly scored again a couple of minutes later, but hit the bar as Chelsea stormed away from Preston. There he is, 18 years of age, signed a 7-year deal in August. Cole Palmer has also been withdrawn. He's made way for the arrival of Gallagher into the midfield. 15 minutes to go, Chelsea cruising.
Will be interesting, that midfield area, won't it, for Chelsea going forward. As you said, abundance of talent, too many probably in those positions. His future's been questioned. Conor Gallagher.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about a possible move to Tottenham. What do you make of that?
Thanks for that one. But it's interesting, isn't it? You know, I'm sure a Tottenham would love him. He just wants to play football for Chelsea, but sometimes you're told at certain times you're not going to, and you want to play as much as you possibly can, and he's tried, he's given his best, and just when everyone's fit, it might be tough.
Here is Gallagher from the short corner, back for Sterling. Right way with the shot, and the header was from David.
Been some first touch, wouldn't it, as it comes across, and been lucky that slice, just couldn't guide it into the post, almost off his shoulder.
Poacher's instinct there, wasn't it, really? Because it was a shot at goal, and he just ghosted in and tried to flick it home. Yet to score for Chelsea, but in fairness to the teenager, he's only made one appearance for them prior to today. He's definitely one for the future. Miller. Look how the stats have changed since this second half. Flick on from Evans. Back into the mix, and the whistle is gone. Push touch on Thiago Silva by Alan Brown.
He was asking for it quite quickly, just there. As soon as that contact from Brown, he just goes forward. Referee no choice just to give it, but is it going to drop? Preston going to take something from it, give those supporters a long trip, something to celebrate, something to enjoy.
It's Conor Gallagher. Gallagher on for Madueke. Now for Gusto. This cross brought the most important first goal in this contest. Caicedo trying to work the 1-2 with Gallagher, who was reluctant to give it him back. Madueke with the shot. Always rising, always clearing the crossbar.
I don't mind that give and go there. Once Madueke gets it out of his feet, he doesn't ask questions. Thinks, how can I open it up? Where can I get my shot? How can I be positive? Can he affect the game? And I think he has done since he's come on.
He's full of confidence at the moment. Noni Madueke, he's scored in the last 2 wins that Chelsea have enjoyed against Luton and Crystal Palace. One of those that has had an injury issue this season. And here he is again, lovely first touch. Got to take the ball with him. Just remember, next up for Chelsea, by the way, is the other domestic competition. They're away on Tuesday night to another Championship side, Middlesbrough, in the first leg of the League Cup semi-final. Liverpool or Fulham would await them in the final. As Gusto crosses, cleared as far as Fernandez, rolls through for Sterling. Sterling just beaten to that by Lindsay.
Good covering, gets back around, and it's a player perspective now. They might be thinking, Preston, that's enough, please, no more goals. We've enjoyed our day out, but we don't want it to get any worse. And looking, if I'm one of these Chelsea youngsters, I'm thinking, get myself a goal, get me something more.
Gusto. Powerful drive that Woodman could only parry. Gusto still searching for his first Chelsea goal.
Exactly that, though. You know, that shot, once he wants to get it back onto his right foot, tries to go right across, goalkeeper not over-convincing.
Oh, lovely from Gallagher. And he's away from McCann. Conor Gallagher went for placement. Brown gets the rebound before him. Chelsea going to reclaim it. Madueke. Ken's challenge was heavy. Play on, says the referee.
How does he stay up? Fantastic.
Another young pup, just 21, Madueke. So many young players in this Chelsea team. You do feel that if they're patient, they can build as a unit. There'll be some side in a year or two. But patience is a very rare commodity in football. In the way was Story. Potts trying to hold off the challenge of Colwell. He's boxed in somewhat there, but Chelsea win the corner.
There's no room out. Good pressure. This goes back to Gallagher. infectious. He flicks it through the legs, drives forward, then runs back, tries to win it. Just that infectious personality, helping your team up in the tempo.
Fernandez. Square is Gusto. Camera's in the way, but Gusto steps in. Swept clear by Woodman. Okay. Gusto up with him. Indeed. Persistence from the Brazilian. Gallagher. Now Sterling. Caicedo. Sterling. What a goal this might be if it comes through. Fernandez. He knows he's offside.
I'll have another look at it in a second, but quick footwork in the middle and good give and goes. Just looking to bounce down. So just get a little look along the line, but it's better tempo, is a better pace from Chelsea, moving it, but he doesn't get his goal, he's making the box.
VAR just checking that the offside decision is correct. Off the Preston defender, Story. This defender here keeping an eye on Gallagher, might be playing Fernandez alongside. We're just waiting for the lines here.
Just takes some time, doesn't it, when they are close, to get these lines down. You see the smiles on the Chelsea players waiting. It's not too bad, is it, when you've got that scoreline? Too desperate.
It's a lengthy delay, this one. Fernandez desperate for it to be given. It won't make any change the outcome of the contest, of course, whether it's 4-0 or 3-0. But he wants his fourth goal of the campaign.
From the viewpoint we get, we're not getting a clinical decision. Just waiting, aren't we? Like you said, we finally get to see those lines across.
And the decision is goal. And the broadest smile in this corner of West London belongs to a 22-year-old Argentine, Enzo Fernandez. It's 4-0. It looked tight. It is the defender that's on this near side closest to Conor Gallagher. who will have played Fernandez on there.
Oh, it was good play, wasn't it? They deserve something from it. Sort of give the return, forward runs into the areas. Enzo Fernandez making the box. He's done it several occasions. He probably thought it wasn't going to come his way. It took a long time to find the outcome. He finally gets that goal.
So 4-0 Chelsea, with 2 minutes of normal time to go, and that looks as though it will be his last involvement, and it means that we get a look at another Chelsea debutant, Michael Golding, 17 years of age, an England under-18 international, comes on for his first taste of senior football. That's the situation. And Preston, by the way, have also sent on another couple of changes. Ben Whiteman and Ali McCann, the players withdrawn for the arrival of American international Dwayne Holmes and Ryan Ledson. Can't get away from VAR, Michael, can we? Whatever competition we're covering.
Well, we can't, and I think the point is we want to get the correct outcome. We want to see that decision to be made. That did take a particular long time, that we didn't have too much clarity. I think that's the one. We're not understanding what was happening, why it was onside, where were the lines, etc. But, you know, for Chelsea, they'll be delighted waiting that amount of time. But, yeah, very slow.
Ryan Ledson, now in his 5th season at Preston. Started at Everton, for whom he made 1 appearance. That was in the Europa League. So didn't kick on from that. 8 minutes of added time, and the majority of that, I would suggest, came from that VAR decision. Lengthy delay before Tony Harrington gave the nod to Thomas Bramall to give the goal, much to the delight of Enzo Fernandez. So 4 different goal scorers for Chelsea. Breuer with the first, Thiago Silva with the second, then Sterling, and then Fernandez. And it's looking a very pretty scoreline now for Chelsea.
And amazing as well, Golding coming on at such a young age. Incredible at this stage to be playing another one, just produced for the future. I think this is a real positive for Chelsea, the age of the team, the age of the squad, etc. And there's a wonderful little flick from him.
Caicedo on for Madueke, who's in. Oh, very nearly a goal. Minutes since coming on for young Michael Golding.
Well, the run was good. Madueke, I just felt like he could have moved it across first initially. He'd probably given up on it, Michael Golding, that he wasn't going to get that chance. It was poor, really. But then you always should anticipate, you always should expect, and Golding has to finish.
Oh, he'll think about that over and over between now and falling asleep later on.
He'll put his head on the pillow and think, if only, he might get another chance.
He might do. Madueke has really added something since coming on. Preston have severely tired since going 1 behind. Mentally and physically, it's such a big ask for them. First half they were excellent. Second half, Chelsea have just stepped it up and then some, and have blown Preston away. And it looks as though they want more. Here's Colwell, Sterling, now Gallagher.
The overload was there. From Gallagher, opens his body up. He's getting forward a lot, isn't he, Gusto, since he's gone to that right-hand side, and just look at the body language of Preston North End players. They look dejected, and rightly so, when you've done so well for a period of time, and then Chelsea just turned it on. Very comfortable. Lack of marking really is what's cost Preston North End, and then that confidence of the youngsters just shone through.
And the smiles back on the face of Mauricio Pochettino. He believes in the project here. He knows that expectations are high, but is firmly of the opinion that this squad will produce. As Sterling tries to nudge it on to Madueke, who was being held as he tried to do so. Best was the culprit. Yellow card for the 18-year-old.
Sterling does so well. As soon as he's the other side of people, you just see Dwayne Holmes just pull his shirt back. The referee right on top of it.
Yeah, Holmes pulling before Best could get involved. Gallagher for Madueke. Gusto. Forces the challenge to win the corner.
Will they just keep it? Will they go short? Will they try and work it quickly? He wants to play, doesn't he? He just wants to keep going and get something out of it.
Almost managed to wriggle his way into the penalty area. Another corner though.
But see the pace, the tempo, this is what we talked about. As soon as they do that, it's so tough to live with these players. It was too slow, it was too rigid. And you know, for all the quality and all the question marks about Conor Gallagher, he gives you that.
And it's Gallagher who will take the corner. Again, they're going to go short. Caicedo for Golding.
Still thinking about that chance as a youngster, but you know what a lovely moment. I remember first time you step over that line and get these opportunities. It's something you've worked so hard for, is getting minutes for the first team, and that's what so many of these youngsters just want to keep getting them. You've seen Offie Gilchrist, now another one. It's brilliant to see.
Sterling, Golding, Sterling, Madueke for 5, couldn't finish. Still half an opportunity there, off the line by Lindsay. Well, it should be 5. That was a glorious opportunity.
It's classic, isn't it? Too much space, too much time. Big tackle there, and selfish pass. I think you could just slide it in with your right foot into the near post. Loves to get it on that left, loves to come inside and try to open it up. But those Preston players just don't give up. They've just kept going. Defensively, they've been put under a lot of pressure.
Yes, even at this late stage in proceedings, Messrs Story and Lindsay determined to prevent Chelsea from scoring again. Premier League side who were frustrated for so long in that first half as Preston's setup made it really difficult for them to break through. Well, Chelsea have turned on the start and then some second half, and Sterling fires into the side netting.
Brilliant. Gallagher. Sterling sees the chance, pushes line, but be disappointed if I'm Conor Gallagher, doing well down that left-hand side, that he doesn't get the return pass.
Yet again, Preston crash out of the FA Cup at the first hurdle. Yet again, Chelsea ease in to round 4. It's been the case in all but last season for Chelsea since 1998. The smiles belong to Pochettino. Ryan Lowe's Preston had Chelsea concerned in that first half as they struggled to find a breakthrough, but then the goals came thick and fast second half. Breuer with the first, Thiago Silva with the second, Sterling made it 3, and then Fernandez with a goal checked after a VAR involvement, and it's a very convincing win for the Premier League side. Preston go home with their tail between their legs at the end of this. Final score at the Stamford Bridge Stadium, Chelsea 4, Preston 0.